If I had to pick between the V6 and the supercharged V8 Raptor, I would definitely take the V6 over a supercharged V8. Hold on, that doesn't seem right. I would never do that. No. Who wrote this script? Me? Yeah, that's definitely not right. I was definitely drunk. Okay. No, we're gonna delete that part. Okay, let's start again. Before we start this review, special thanks also to our great friends at Markville Ford. They are the Ford and Lincoln dealership. They're kind enough to allow me to borrow the new facelift 2024 Ford F150 Raptor for this review. The new models are coming into the dealership, so if you want to check it out in person, don't forget, check out the link in the description below. Maybe you can go and test drive this thing if it's still for sale, because these things sell like hotcakes. Now, let's talk about this new Raptor. So what we have in here is essentially your base Raptor. This is the cheapest F-150 Raptor that you can buy new for 2024. And then you've got different trims for the V6. And then you have the Raptor R, which is of course the supercharged V8, which is also a lot more money. In Canada, the base model starts at about $105,000. If you live in the US, the base Raptor V6 starts at about $80,000. This would be the 801A package, which is essentially the lowest trim, the cheapest Raptor you can buy new. Now, here's a few things that you need to know about the 2024 model. On the outside, it has some changes. Like, for example, the taillights are different in comparison to the 2023 model. You've got the headlights now, which are also different to the 2023 model, especially the daylight running light, which kind of look like the mustache of Hulk Hogan. Really nice design, I'm assuming really American at this point. And then with this package, here's what we get. Forged steel tow hooks, single exhaust tip on its side, of course, for the Raptor to give it that aggressive sound. And this one underneath has got a spare tire, which again is great. You've got the Ford logo, F-150 logo on the right side, Raptor logo on the left side, of course. And then you've got the camera at the top. Easy button for the tailgate, which it is powered in this case, and close it automatic. You've got your tape in here if you need to measure the fish that you just caught. And then, of course, you've got this extension bar for the step in, which is quite nice. And you've got compartments on the left and right side, plus the bed light. On the side of the bumper, you've got your step in option, which is nice. The bottom part of the bumper on this side, it is steel. And then we've got the side markers in here in white, but orange amber on the inside on the wheel well, 17-inch. These are, of course, the Goodrich all-terrain tires. On the side over here, we've got the side step. This is metal with a Raptor badge on the left, which again gives that Raptor experience. That's the whole point. With this package, you also got these scoops on the side here for the air to channel through for that V6 and also for better aerodynamics. That's the entire idea. And most importantly, the standard antenna, which is also quite helpful if you go underground, because that will be the first signal to tell you that this thing is too high to fit in. I love that. I love these wheels with the Ford badge in the center. There's no logo, it just says Ford with that silver finish and the Ford letters in black. Big fan of it. Now, moving on to the front side, of course. Headlights, as I said previously, are different this year in comparison to the 2023 model. This is your facelift version for the V6 and the R model. And if you look inside here, it actually says Raptor. Little details, which I really appreciate. Bottom part here, we've got your metal, of course. Then you have your fog light, it says Raptor, and it's made by Rigid. So these are the LED lights, the entire bumper all the way through, plus the skid plate underneath metal. And you've got your parking sensors. On top of that, this has this massive Ford logo in the front. At the top of the hood, you've got your Raptor massive hood scoop, which has the Raptor badge on the left. Again, that to tell you that this is the standard Raptor, and you'll know that it's not the Raptor R, it's just the standard V6 by looking at that side badge on the hood scoop. This is the key fob for 2024 model, very similar to the 2023. You've got your Raptor badge in the back, which is nice. Then you've got some features, the start and stop from outside. You've got the opening of the tailgate automatically from here by pressing it twice, and lock and unlock. Now, if we come closer onto the side here, you've got your keypad. You put the pin, you throw the key inside, you lock the door, and you're good to go. And then at the bottom, for the actual door handles, we've got the button located on the side to lock the vehicle, but you don't get it for both front doors and the rear doors, just the front side. Okay, let's jump into the interior, and let's start first with the second row. In terms of the interior, we've got the leather and suede perforated in this case with this package with the Raptor badge on top, which is nice. In the center, we've got your cup holders, which is pretty standard, with some red stitching representing the Ford Raptor F150. You can fold this part, and you can fold this part as well, which opens up this area for extra space. And you can fold this completely, similar to the 2024 to the 2023 model, but in this case, you get it with this package. Now, let's jump inside, and I'm going to do this first. I love these. These things are gigantic inside. And here you go. They're actually super spacious inside. That's one thing I love about the Raptor in general. Now, tech features, what do you got? Heated seats in the back for both sides, which is nice. There's a cigarette lighter, then underneath 120 volts, and we've got 2 USB-C ports. On top of that, with this package, which again, it is base, but it's not totally base. It has a panoramic roof. This is a dual one, split in half. It's not a full all the way across. Now, let's jump into the front. Love the side step on this thing because it's really high off the ground, and I do apologize for my hair being everywhere, but it's windy and we couldn't find a spot inside because this thing doesn't fit everywhere. We found one spot was like this close to scratch the top side, so we decided let's do it outside. Inside, what's new? Well, things remain very much the same as the 2023 model. The screen is slightly different in this case, but let's talk about the features that you get with this base trim, which is not really a base trim. Let's start it up first. Here we go. One thing I love about the V6 is that on the inside, you don't hear it as much. You do, but it's not annoying. When you're revving it, there's very little sound coming from that exhaust. But then when you're outside, it actually sounds good for the V6. Of course, the supercharged V8 is just absolutely ridiculous. But even this one is a fantastic engine. That 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo is superb. But get back into this part. Here what we have, the steering wheel with the orange, red stitching going all around, the Raptor logo, the black and white Ford badge in the center, the beautiful aluminum pedal shifters, which are large. I like that. Really nice experience. Then we've got a digital screen in this case, massive, which shows you quite a lot of information. The layout is slightly different now, especially that RPM gauge and the speedometer gauge as well. And we've got different modes. When you change the driving modes, you've got your normal, you've got your sports, you've got your tow, there is the slippery, and then you go into off-roads, then you've got your Baja style, and then you got rock and crawl. So it changes, but also the infotainment, the user interface in this case has changed a little bit, so it will give you a different layout for different modes. I kind of like how they've done it this time, and you can see the Ford changing the terrains as you're going into different modes. I like that. There's a lot of information that you can play around, but it's very similar to what you had previously. You can control your heads-up display with the Raptor information package. In this case, you've got your Raptor status, which shows you the driving mode, off-road status, pitch and roll. There's your my gauges for your oil temperature, transmission temperature. There's so many information that you can go through here, your compass and your oil life as well, in case you need to keep an eye on that, and the seat belts. So you can change quite a lot of that information. Then you've got your heads-up display, which you can adjust it. You can change the content as well. You have the drive mode layout for automatic, normal, off-road, Baja style. We're just going to keep it in normal mode. It's very similar to the 2023. The layout has been updated in this case. They've tweaked the themes of every icon that you see. And then you've got onto the steering wheel, beautiful and grippy. There's the 12 o'clock. This would be in red, but they haven't painted it in red in this case. I'm assuming they saved that for the Raptor R. The steering wheel, the options, you've got your exhaust here, which you can change from normal, sport, Baja, or quiet. We're going to keep it in normal in this case. You've got the settings for your steering wheel. For the suspension system, you want it in damping in sport mode, or you want it off-road. We're just going to keep it in normal mode. And on the left side, you got the most important button, which is the R mode. This goes into a full R mode. So you can change that by holding it and change all the different settings. And essentially, once you put it into like sport mode, you change the suspension, change everything, you can save it as your R mode. Think about that BMW experience, M1, M2. This has only one button. You've got your driver assistant package on this side and more settings that you can play around on the right side of the steering wheel. We've got this massive screen here with this package, which again is similar to the 2023 model, but the design is slightly different. Also the edges, because it's larger. Now on the side here, you have the F series logo, which is quite nice, a nice add-on to this one. And you've got your tow for the Pro trailer, so this will help you with trailer assist. And at the top, you've got your standard button similar to the 2023 model. The screen is nice. The layout is different, the infotainment overall. You got your built-in navigation system. You've got your apps for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and connect your phone. There is premium audio system from B&O with this package, which again is sort of base model. And then on this side is the other information, which you got your zone lighting with this package, which is nice. Essentially, it brightens the entire area like a 360. You've got 360 camera with this package, which is nice. You can change the view here from your tow mode. You can add camera antenna this for the trailer part. They've got your backup side. You've got your fish eye, and you've got the bed side. There's a camera on the bed now, which is nice and handy to have. And then the 360 view, your parking modes, and it has park assist in case if you're not able to actually park this thing on your own, because it is large, let's be honest. With this package, you have heated steering wheel, ventilated seats, and heated seats. So it's pretty loaded, dual zone climate units. You've got your driving modes in the side, very similar to the previous year. And then with this package, you also get a wireless charging pad, an extra space, a USB port, a USB-C port. And then if we move into the center side, we've got your gear knob, which now is folded. You press that and unfold so you can make use of it. And the idea behind that is that once you fold it, you can turn this into a proper table for your lunch, your laptop. It's pretty much the same as the 2023 model. Nothing different, easy to use. There's more space here in case if you've got a tablet or a phone, you can slide in there. You've got your 2 cup holders in the side, and that's about it. The seats are nice. You've got the Raptor badge on that side. There is a suede perforated, in this case, power seat for the passenger side and the driver's side, plus Raptor mats to give you a different experience so that you know this is not just your standard F150. Let's do sport modes. Okay, here we go. Let's have some fun with this bad boy. Let's do a quick launch control. Okay. 3.5-liter V6 twin turbocharged, 450 brake horsepower, and 510 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, well, 5.2 seconds. That is absolutely insane for a vehicle that weighs almost 6,000 pounds. Now, it's not the supercharged V8, and I know you can have that argument, but I can have a different argument, a better one, that this, in my opinion, is slightly the better choice in some ways. But before we do, let's talk about this. The engine remains the same horsepower, nothing changed in there, 10-speed automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive with the 2-wheel option as you saw now. Superb machine in my opinion. New, of course, we have the dual valve Fox shocks in the back. These are completely changed for this year under, of course, Ford supervision, designed the algorithm to make the damping even better for off-road and for day-to-day, which makes it a better daily car. I have driven the supercharged V8. Love that engine, no question. But I found a few problems with the one that I had. First, I couldn't fit in my garage, so I actually gave it back after 2 days. I drove it, I test drove it, I'm like, I don't know where to park this. But this one is such a better value overall. Why? It's more comfortable, in my opinion, to that supercharged V8. It is smaller design. With the tires that I have right now, I can fit this thing underground, no problem. It's more dateable. Why? Fuel efficiency is not that bad. Honestly, it's pretty good in terms of the sound. It's not a supercharged V8. Again, I'm going to repeat that a few times. I put it in sport exhaust. It sounds great. I mean, if you want more power, you can tune that engine to make more horsepower. You can also change the exhaust. But after a while, it becomes annoying. You want something that is also enjoyable. Let me put it back into quiet mode. And now it turns into a civilized vehicle. I don't like the color though. The black color, I'm not digging it. I'd like an orange or a red. The black, it's like, the lines disappeared. Except the lights in the front. And of course the markers on the side, which are now white. Yeah, you can see those, but I like a bit of a flashy color, and this doesn't have that. But other than that, it's chef's kiss. Love this.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and check out my other videos on my channel.